Hey everyone, welcome to my channel where we're doing music covers, original music, album and song reviews, and some politics here and there, whatever the day calls for. I have some of my original music on robcary.bandcamp.com, and it is very much the past. It doesn't hold a candle to what I've created for the future, but it's got my name on it, and I'm proud of it. So if you check it out, I'm very appreciative of that. If you like what you see here, please subscribe to the channel. If you've got content, I'll subscribe to you too. I'm all about supporting up-and-comers here. The only synth pop band I love, Bastille, released a new album yesterday called Give Me the Future. I really am not a fan of this genre, but there's something about the way that this band delivers it that I feel sets them apart. I've spent countless hours practicing singing to their vocalist Dan Smith. He's got an incredible voice, incredible range, but it doesn't always carry everything like most pop bands do. I highly recommend checking out live content of theirs to see what I mean. All four members carry their weight and then some. If any of these guys left the group, you would notice. And that's not something you can say about a lot of pop bands either. They all just contribute so much. And you really can't see that unless you check it out live. The song Bad Blood from the album of the same name was what really got me into checking them out. It's one of my favorite songs ever. But the album itself was a bit of a mixed bag. They had some growing to do. The following album, Wild World, the deluxe edition of that album was 19 songs. And out of that 19 songs, I'd give at least 14 of them an 8 out of 10 rating in being enjoyable. I thought that was a big step forward and a very good album from them. I was real happy with that one. And their third album, Doom Days, aside from 3 songs, I thought it was great too, but it took more time to grow on me. They're very consistent as a band thus far. There's a few songs I'll always skip, where the lyric writing could be better, or it just veers too far into just being pop, and I'm really not a pop music listener. And you'll get some filler here and there, but I always know I'll get something out of many songs out of one of their albums to revisit many times. Like their back catalog is something I revisit quite often. So that leads us to their brand new album that just came out yesterday, Give Me the Future. I was definitely anticipating this. Wasn't really thinking about them much because they've been kind of off the grid lately, as many bands have been because of COVID and stuff. But when I heard they were doing something new, I was all in, and I was surprised to find out how short this album was going to be. I saw that, and that excited me also, because that means packed songs where every second counts. Hopefully, anyway. Let's get into it. Number 1, Distorted Light Beam. Like most, I heard this song first, and it's been out for a while, and everything you love about the band is here. But it's clear the feel will be a little bit different on this one. Dan spits some rapid-fire lyrics all the way through the verses and chorus, and robotic vocal effects come in at all the right times to accentuate the futuristic feel of the song. All the backing music is interesting at all times. This kicks the album off in fine style. First listen, I was like, okay, yeah, cool. And then like the second listen, I got into it more, and before I know it, anticipating this album, I was listening to this song several times. It's a good one. Number 2, Thelma and Louise, Thelma plus Louise, however they would prefer it be said. The lyrics and some of the musical moments get kind of corny here. There are some cool parts here and there to make up for that, and the vocals are incredible throughout. All 4 of the guys sound together vocally all through the song. I won't go to it when listening to the album in full, but I won't skip it either. After several listens, I just kind of have mixed feelings on this one, because it's just a little bit too corny and cheery for me at times. But if you love the vocal attack of these 4 guys together, you know, you're still going to want to hear it. You won't skip it. Number 3, No Bad Days. It's the best song on the album, hands down. The lyrics that are depicting being carefree in life when you find out you're dying, which I would assume was inspired from the loss of a loved one from Dan or one of the other band members. It's very straightforward, but in the best way possible. If you are a vocalist yourself, trying to develop range, I already know this will be a go-to song for practicing. I've already done it quite a few times. In the second verse, Dan does a sick bar going as low as he can go, and it's so good. Not even 20 seconds later, he'll be going from mid-range up to like great use of falsetto. In the middle, there's some amazing piano sections. This is one of the best songs they've ever made. 10 out of 10. If there's a live, there is a live version on YouTube by Vivo. You should definitely check out of this song. No Bad Days is the best song on the album for sure. Number 4, Brave New World. This is just a 27-second interlude. It's just an intro to the next track, which is number 5, Back to the Future. We're finally hearing a little guitar here. It's very clean and drowned in effects, but the funk-inspired riff is nothing we haven't heard before, but it's an enjoyable song. I'm not sure how often I'll go back to this one. It's pretty harmless. Number 6, Plug In. This is another top track. Great rapid-fire lyrics, although a little too on the nose at times. The beat is great. If anything, it feels a little incomplete in its length. But I'll go back to this one. I feel like it could have went a little farther. It ended a little abruptly, but it was a pretty good one. Number 7, Promises. This is an intro of poetry spoken by Riz Ahmed. I want to care about it, but I just don't. Next. Number 8, Shut Off the Lights. It's funny how even though times have changed so much, the music that has the most of a futuristic feel, a genuine futuristic feel, is still synth pop from the 1980s. And that's exactly what this track reflects. And I'm sure many a Bastille fan will love this, but for me, it's too safe, too cheery, to almost a cringy level, too harmless. And it's just not what I look to this band for. They can definitely do better than this. Number 9, Stay Awake. This is what I look to this band for. Much better. I wish I was better at dissecting pop music. It has great music, great instrumentals, lyrics that are kind of basic, but they work. They've done better, they've done worse. Won't go to it, won't skip it. Number 10, the title track, Give Me the Future, and still not being 4 minutes in length, it's still, I think it's the longest song on this album. I think. This song reiterates my point about 1980s synth pop still being the most futuristic kind of music currently in existence as far as like the feel of it. This song is so inspired by the Phil Collins song that we all know that it's not even funny. They definitely accomplish what they're going for here and then some. This is a very enjoyable track, but I'm definitely ready for something more upbeat now at this point. What's coming next? Number 11, Club 57. Dan and all the other guys sound great here, but the chorus is cringy. Whistling in a song is always cringy. I can't stand that. I'm not going to go back to this one either. I'm bored, bro. Kind of want to listen to some deathcore or something to wake up. Where are we going? Number 12, Total Disassociation. This is our third interlude at 43 seconds. This one is actual music, though, and it's possibly the best 43 seconds of the whole thing after track 3. I liked this one and hoped it was going to lead into a banger of a final track. Does it? Number 13, Future Holds. This song features Bim. I don't know who that is, but the feature may have been better off, left off, in favor of just the 4 guys harmonizing. Either way, it doesn't help or hurt the track. It's a very vocal-driven song, and it's not a bad closer, but I'm not sure how often I'll go back to this one either. I don't really have a lot to say about the song, but it does showcase the talent of all these guys, instrumentally and vocally. The top tracks off of this album are definitely Distorted Light Beam, No Bad Days, and Plug In. The title track was very good also. I got from this what I wanted to get from most Bastille albums. A few great songs I'll go back to, and some that I never will. Moments of loving the material, liking the material, and being bored senseless with the material, all were present in this album, even though it was as short as it was. It was a bit front-loaded also. The best songs were all in the first half. Plug In and the title track were really good, but Distorted Light Beam and No Bad Days are leagues ahead of everything else that's on this album. And they were very wise to release that first to get people pumped up for the album. Distorted Light Beam and No Bad Days are not only the best songs on this album, but they're some of the best ones they've ever done. So I'm going to give this album a 7 out of 10. There are songs I'll probably never listen to again on this, and songs I'll be bumping constantly for weeks to come. So that's my review, 7 out of 10. Most of that 7 comes from select songs, but yeah, there's nothing too bad on this. Everything I'm stating here is just my opinion. If you think this is the best Bastille album to date, that's cool. I kind of think Wild World is as a whole, but they're always evolving, and it was nice to hear from these guys again. So that's my review. Thanks for watching.